what? I'm going to go a different route. All right. I'm going to do this later. All right. Anybody know what mnemonic phrases are? Mnemonic? Mnemonic? It's like, say, if you're trying to remember, an answer to a question or something, and you put like letters that spell the answer out, like an acronym.
Okay, acronym, yeah.
Okay, but then they call it mnemonics, and that's the way a lot of college kids are trained to remember stuff and remember their tests,
Like
answers and stuff like that. They come up with a new name for everything. I mean, people have been doing that for years. I mean, I did it when I was in school. And a few years ago, they come up with some high-tech name for it. I guess so they try to figure it, us normal people wouldn't know what it meant. All right? Or how to spell it. Now, I'm a terrible speller. I'm college educated. All right. These are the ABCs of car sales, or of any sales. I say C's because I say plural. Okay? All right, ABC. So if you always remember this. Now, what did I tell you that 90% of what you need in a car business is? The E. Enthusiasm. All right? I'll go ahead and fill these in for you. Okay? This is how I spell sell. C-E-L-L. Just like your phone. So these are the ABCs. Now we're going to teach you what trial closes, mental ownership closes, stuff like that all through this process, because that's a big thing. Okay? I'll give you an example of mental ownership and a trial close. You act like you're a customer, Alex. You're buying a car. Who's the first person you're going to show your new car to?
The salesman?
Oh, you're going to show it to the salesman?
Yes.
Who's the first person you're going to show your new car?
My friend.
Your friends. Okay. To answer that question, you have to mentally put yourself in that car, showing it to your friends. Okay, so it's called mental ownership. It's a trial close. Okay, there's going to be many that I'm going to show you along the way. So we're always going to always be selling, always be closing. Okay, we're always going to have enthusiasm. We're going to listen to the customer. We're going to find out what their wants and their needs are. Okay, just like on the pen deal that I told you about. Okay, we're going to listen to them. That's what we learn what their wants and needs are and their budget is. We learn all the answers to the question, so we know what car to size them up on. Okay? I don't like the word, we don't know what car to sell in. Okay? But as long as we sell doing this, that's the kind of salespeople I need in this company. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Now, did you have a question earlier, or did you ask?
Well, it was just basically, I think I answered it myself, but
Oh, okay, cool.
each number, each percentage that they get do they total that and average it later, or is it just that?
It's on a I believe CSI is on a monthly basis.
Okay. All right, that was it.
Oh, what? Hello? Did you ring me? Or did I dial you? Oh, you're in my pocket. I heard my pocket's going, hello, Ron. Hello, Ron. Wow, how much class did you hear?
When I used to have my scrubs at my school, I would call people all the time. And I was like, sorry.
Oh, is that what I said? You jerk. You lie. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Thank you. All right. Have a good day. I I know, right? I'm going to set it back down on the table.
You're filming.
Bye. My pocket starts saying, hello, Ron. She said I dialed her and everything.
I was just telling them when I went to, I had my scrubs on, I put my phone in my pocket and I booed dial people all the time.
Boop dial?
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't boop dial people.
People be like, oh, did you butt dial me? Wrong side. Up. There. Yeah. That's who called you.
All right. Now, all right, we're going to go through the steps of the sale, the major ones that we're going to touch on at least, let's put it that way. All right. Second step to the sale is called qualifying / finding the pieces of the puzzle.
Could you repeat that?
Qualifying / finding the pieces of the puzzle. Now, and we'll get into that tomorrow, tell you exactly all the pieces of the puzzle. But one thing I do want you to know is before you even start qualifying to asking pieces of the puzzle, there's one sentence you are going to ask the customer, because you always got to make sure that you're in front of your belly button to belly button with all decision makers. Okay, so the first thing you're going to ask your customer, so make sure to write it down. Mr. Customer, is there anything other than terms or figures keeping you from taking delivery of a car right now?
Is there?
Of course, that's your terms, sir, ma'am.
Is there?
First of all, who's not going to buy a car on their own terms? Who's not going to consider it at least? Put it that way, especially on a car lot. Yes?
I need to finish that.
Mr. Customer, is there anything other than terms or figures keeping you from taking delivery of a car right now? Car, truck, whatever they're, considering. Moped, toothbrush. Oh, we'll tell you that one in a little bit. Your wife liked that one, didn't she?
Yes.
The toothbrush.
Anything,
I got a Bible one too. That's pretty good.
anything other than terms keeping?
Anything other than terms or figures keeping you from taking delivery of a car right now. Now, what that does is because some people will come in, well, my daughter gets out of college 3 months from now and I want to have a car ready for her. Well, everything changes from day to day in the car market. Okay? So we want to make sure we're not going to waste that customer's time and or our time and or the manager's time at the same time. Okay? And it might be, the gentleman might say, well, my wife is part of the decision. I go, well, sure, sir, I understand, I respect that. I don't want you in the doghouse, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, I got a great idea, I'll be right back. You're going to go talk to the manager. Say, look, hey, this guy is not ready to do anything today. He's saying, because his wife, the manager might tell you, hey, go see if he can go show it to his wife. Okay, it's somewhere we can go show it to her. Or, how about if we put him in it and let him drive it home for the night and bring it back tomorrow at a convenient time. No obligations, to make sure the wife likes it. Okay? That's called a puppy dog close. Okay? Because you put it, when you get a puppy home, you don't want to take it back.
Yeah.
Okay? Nowadays, with the Joneses versus the Joneses, a lot of people that what we call dehorse, or some people call it BCA, borrowed car agreement, put them out in the car for the night. You don't have to write some of that stuff down, some of that. You'll learn that stuff as you go along. But when they see their neighbors have seen we got a new car there or whatever.
Pumping them up.
Okay, right. So if they don't come back with that car, they think their neighbors are going to think they couldn't afford it or they have bad credit. All right? So there's a lot of advantages to that a lot of times. So now, of course, they're going to do the standard, making sure that they can qualify to buy the car in the first place before they let them out.
Yeah.
One of my salespeople in my class the first day put some people out in a truck and they stole it.
Oh my
He
God.
went to show it to his uncle and they never come back.
Oh.
I think they did get it back about 2 weeks later. They dropped it off at the gas station over here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, her first customer.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. So that is before you go into it, because there's no sense in finding it. Wasting all that time in the customer's time. Okay, unless they're ready to buy. Okay, it's saving them time. Now I'm not saying that we're not going to do anything. Yes, we're going to talk to them, but we're going to try to find out ways if we can get in front of the decision makers. It's not being high pressure. It's not doing. What it's trying to do. Well, here's the way I always. The reason why my motivation was to sell them right now, and I had to be the guy, because I didn't want them to have a negative experience, because I knew most salespeople, unfortunately, a lot of them, think they have to lie to sell a car. So if I didn't sell them, they're going to go down the road, and someone's going to lie to them, and they're going to have that guard up the rest of their life. And it's just going to snowball. you know. So I wanted to have, you know, so that's what I did, everything I could. That's why I'd be in bed all night thinking, where did I go wrong on that deal? Where did I mess up? And it's not an exact science. I tried to condense it with some great trainers and people like the managers I had, and I fit, you know, this fit for me, this worked, that worked. So it's definitely not all me. I learn every day. I'll probably learn something in class from y'all. Okay? So this is, as you heard in the video, always be perfecting our craft. When someone thinks they know it all is when you stop growing. Okay? And that's what happens. I will tell you right now, be prepared, and hopefully don't do that. Don't fall into that rut. Most people, when they first get out of this class, they go out and they start selling a lot of cars. Then they think they've got it all figured out, and the next month, they're not selling cars because they start doing it their way. Okay? Don't do that. I'm telling you, it happens. You'll see it. You'll see it. Okay? All right? Now, third step to the sale. Well, actually, we got half steps here. Step 2.5, there's only 2 half steps, is touch the desk. That means go talk to the manager. It's a tower here. It's a tower in most dealerships. Because once you've gotten the pieces of the puzzle, or if you got an objection to that question that I told you to ask at first, you go talk to the managers. Okay? You're going to go show him the pieces of the puzzle afterwards, and then he's going to say, okay, well, once you've told him, hey, they want to, because some people are already going to know what kind of car they want. But if they don't, then you're going to, under the piece of the puzzle that I tell you tomorrow, you're going to ask them. But most people are going to be, you know, they've already been shopping, they know what kind of car they want or truck. So you're going to go tell your manager, this gentleman's looking at F-150, he's got this to trade in, and he wants to put this money down, here's what he wants his payments to be. And if it looks like you're somewhere close to a car deal, which normally they're not real far off, but no one comes in telling you that, you know, they're going to give you a sticker for a car and they want wholesale for theirs. Trust me, they don't do that. Okay? So you're always a little ways off, but, you know, normally you're close enough within reason where he's going to say, okay, great, go show him the car. That's when we roll into step 3. So step 2.5 is, you know, touching the desk, we call it, and that's talking to the managers. Let them know what you've compiled from your pieces of the puzzle and everything. All right? Step 3 is when he tells you, okay, great, go show him stock number or go show him that truck he was looking at. Okay? So that is, step 3 is product presentation / walk around. We will do that tomorrow also. All right? Step 4. Now, where do you think that you would go after you show them the car and walk around it, show them all the features and benefits? What would you think you would do next? What would be the next step? You showed them the car.
Let them drive it.
There we go. Demo ride. Demonstration. We call it demo for short. Now, there is a seeds that we plant. And first of all, when I show you the walk around tomorrow, you're going to see how I do it to where they're sitting in the passenger seat. Everyone should drive the car off the lot. Okay? And then have a designated place you pull over, let them get it. Here's why. Like I said, we want to keep that subconscious part of the brain, all them red flags, we want to get them down, first of all. We don't want to cause any more. How many times have you got in a car, you hit the gas, and something, you go, man, your car is really sensitive. Mm-hmm. Or you hit the brake, wow, man, your brake's really sensitive. Okay, once something like that happens, okay, if they drive it first and that happens, it's going to throw negative flags up. Okay? And they might not know why, but all of a sudden they don't want you to be interested in buying that car. Okay, but it was all their subconscious mind because the brakes and this thing. They might not even know why they have that feeling now all of a sudden. Okay? Subconscious mind is a powerful thing. Now, so if you drive it first, and you drive it and no slam on the brakes and no jerk on the gas, so when they get in and drive it, if they do that and something happens, the red flag will start to go up and it'll go, no, it didn't do it when he drove it, must be me, and pops back down. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, on their way back into the lot. Okay, now, hopefully on step 2, you've already found out if they got a trade-in. And if they do, what you want to try to do is park it beside their trade-in. But if not, you're going to say, Mr. Customer needs to park it right over here in Sold Road. Sold Road is wherever in the world you want it to be. What you've done there is just done a mental ownership and a trial close. So if they park it without asking, they've put themselves as already buying the car. Okay, see what I'm saying? And you might have something, well, I haven't bought it yet. That's fine, sir. Just put right here, sold on. Okay?
Is that 5? Is part of 4?
No, that's part of 4. I'm
Okay.
just telling you things that you make sure to get in on these steps. And we'll fill in all the pieces of the puzzle on step 2. And we'll do a product presentation, walk around tomorrow. Step 4.5. Because hopefully they parked it in sold row right next to their trade-in. You're going to get out of the car. Mr. Customer, could you please give me your car keys? Because I'm going to get the numbers off your vehicle, off your trade-in. So you're going to walk around their trade-in. How many people have traded a car in when they went and bought a new car? How many of you got on the internet or went to Kelley Blue Book to see what your car was worth before you traded it in? Did you do that?
Oh, once.
Or did you take?
The other cars weren't.
So in other words, you took the dealer's word for what it was for?
Well, it was.
I will. It was POS.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I was surprised.
90% of people will at least go on the internet and try to find out what their car's worth before they go take it to a dealer. Mm-hmm. Now, every one of them, I don't care if the car is like missing a front fender and the headliner's hanging down and air conditioning don't work and windshield's cracked, but they think their car's worth whatever that top price is.
Yeah.
And that's what they come in thinking. So we're on their side, of course, because if we're not going to sell them a car. So we're going to touch every scratch. We're going to touch the broken windshield. We're going to touch the bald tires. Every ding, we're going to touch them but not say a word. We're going to let them know that we noticed, and by us not saying anything, they're going to think, yeah, he's on my side. He didn't say nothing negative. He didn't say anything about that deal. But they're also thinking, oh, shoot.
Oh,
He's kind of brand new and he's seen it, but as soon as the manager appraises it, he's going to see all this. So they're already getting that price down that they have. Because, and then later on, and if it comes down to it where you're missing them on the trade, this is where and when you get inside the car, you're going to touch the droopy headliner, touch the burn holes where the pot seeds burnt the seats, okay, the stains where the baby puked, okay. You're going to start the car up. You're going to run your hand in front of the air conditioning vents, okay. Now, when you do that, 70% of people trade their cars once the air conditioning broke. Because nowadays, with the new federal laws, you can't just put Freon in it. Okay? You have to find out where it's leaking and fix it. Okay? So, I think Al Gore had something to do with that. Did he invent the internet too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man bear pig.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So, first thing a lot of people will say is, oh, when you're doing that, oh, my mechanic said that all you have to do is put Freon in it, it'll be fine. And then you just say, oh, okay, cool, and be quiet. All right? But you save that for later on if, and the manager will normally do it, not you because you're on their side, but if a customer's still being unreasonable on the price of their car, first of all, I train you to let them know, Mr. Customer, now you do know that if you did get a figure on the internet for what your car's supposed to be worth, or out of a book, them are all at least 90 days behind the market. Okay, at least 90 days behind the market. Okay? Second of all, them are all to where that car is basically, it's passed a UCI, which is used car inspection. Okay? Which it can pass all state laws, emission laws, the brakes are good, everything that is a safe, drivable car to where no one have to worry about fixing anything on it. Okay? Now, is your car in that condition, sir? No, we know it's not. Okay? But a lot of times until you get good at that, your manager should close and be able to do that stuff for you. A lot of times, once you've done the silent appraisal, you get them people realizing that, hey, that's not reality. Okay? All right, so, not tough, just got to do it right. But if you don't do it, they're still going to have that in their mind. Okay, yes?
What did you say the UNI stood for?
UCI, used car inspection. That's went through a thorough used car inspection. Kansas doesn't have state inspections. So that's why I always say in Kansas, it's went through. That car went through a UCI, and if it was a state that had state inspection, okay, then it would pass state inspection. This is a car that's supposed to be ready to drive to where a customer doesn't have to spend any money on anything. Not brakes, not tires, not a windshield, not paint job, okay, not interior, not AC, nothing. Okay, that is a car that's in pristine shape. Right. And there's hardly any cars that are excellent that bring excellent money. Okay. So I guarantee you, Mr. Customer, if you had that car on the slide, we wouldn't sell it to you for that.
Yeah.
You could buy it a lot less than that. Trust me. Especially if we didn't have to put any work in it. I mean, we didn't have to fix none of that stuff.